I'm Miriam Baer, the Executive Director of the North Carolina Real Estate Commission. This is Careers in Real Estate, an Inside Look. We have created this video course to introduce you to the real estate industry, share career options, and explain the steps to get started. Throughout the video, you'll meet some of our commission members and licensed services staff, as well as real estate brokers, mortgage lenders, home inspectors, and other real estate professionals, and see what a day in the life of their career looks like. We hope you enjoy this video and learn something new and exciting as you explore a career in real estate.
The North Carolina Real Estate Commission is headquartered in Raleigh. The commission members are from all over the state, from Boone to Wilmington. Every month, they come together to achieve the following mission.
The Commission's mission: to protect the public interest in real estate brokerage transactions, to assure that applicants are competent and possess the requisite character and fitness to act as real estate brokers, to assure that licensees comply with the real estate license law and commission rules, to identify and address issues affecting real estate consumers and licensees, to effectively and efficiently administer commission programs and operations.
Let's hear from some of the commission members. What do you love about being a commission member?
Impact. I see the Real Estate Commission as being a place where that's possible. Not only are we here to protect the consumers, but we're also here helping to evolve, in my opinion, the profession as well as the practitioners. So this is a place where you can have a major impact.
What do I love about being a commission member? Serving the public is what I enjoy most about being a commission member. The commission has the duty and obligation to help shape policy and protect the public in real estate brokerage activities, and I enjoy the breadth and depth of that responsibility.
What advice do you have for someone considering a career in real estate?
Jump in. I would encourage anybody who has a real interest in being in the profession to move forward. Go ahead, get the education, get involved, get with a good firm, but don't be dissuaded by what appears to be the changing landscape of the real estate industry. It's going to always be changing, so there's not going to be a better time than now.
The Real Estate Commission is supported by a staff of 60 employees. About 10 of these work in licensed services. These specialists provide top-notch live customer service for consumers and brokers. They also process license applications and renewal forms. How to get a real estate license. To obtain a real estate license in North Carolina, you will need to complete these 3 steps. Number 1, successfully pass a 75-hour pre-licensing course. Our website has a complete listing of pre-licensing courses. You will find them under the Education tab in the Pre-Licensing Education section, where you can search pre-licensing course schedules or providers, view frequently asked questions and the course syllabus, and even review performance records. Number 2, complete an application and background check. Once you pass the course, visit our website again under the Licensing tab. Select Apply for a Broker License, where you can apply online and submit your $100 application fee. Once you are approved, you will be provided a notice of exam eligibility. From there, you will be able to schedule your exam at one of multiple locations across the state and pay your licensing examination fee. And number 3, pass the 2-part licensing exam. Once you take and pass both parts of your licensing exam, national and state, the Commission will review your background check and make the determination of issuing your license or requesting a character conference. Once your license is issued, you will be an inactive provisional broker. If you want to start practicing right away, you must be supervised by a broker in charge, so you may join a firm, activate your license, and start practicing. To learn more details about getting your license, visit our website, ncrec.gov, and under the Licensing tab, select the application booklet, Real Estate Licensing in North Carolina. Let's hear from a student that recently passed the pre-licensing course and the license exam.
Hi, I'm Diana. I recently just passed my pre-license real estate course, yay! And today I'm going to talk to you about what it was like being a pre-licensed student. I decided to pursue my license because I wanted to learn more about the real estate industry and the possible career opportunities that followed with it. My experience in the pre-licensing course was great. I did my course through Zoom and we met 3 days a week for about 2 months. I had 2 instructors and we covered the entire course manual from front to back. My advice for anyone who is considering pursuing their license is to be very disciplined. Make sure you reach out to your instructors if you have any questions. You can reach out to your classmates to create study groups, whether they're online or in person. Make sure you're using your license law booklets, your relink books, the North Carolina Real Estate Manual. You can even go onto the Commission's website to find more information. I would take a lot of quizzes on my instructor's website over and over again until I felt like I understood all the information. I would also use different flashcards and go back through them to make sure I was getting all the topics right. My favorite part about the pre-license course is the joy you feel right after you finish your final exams. You've worked so hard leading up to that point, you've learned so much information, and you just feel amazing when you get that pass result. Advice I would give to someone before starting the course is make sure you do have the time to dedicate to this course. There's a lot of information, and if your life's a little busy right now, I would wait and take the course at a different time.
If you are curious about a career in real estate, there are many options to consider. In this next segment, we will hear from professionals in many real estate-related careers. Let's start with residential sales. To practice residential real estate in North Carolina, you must hold an active North Carolina real estate license. Other preferred skills include effective communication and self-motivation.
Hello, my name is Magda Esola and I have been a realtor for almost 22 years. And why I chose this career 22 years ago was to have financial and time freedom. And I got started in general brokerage back in New Jersey. I remember making the phone calls, door knocking, doing everything that needed to be done to generate business, calling for sell-by owners, calling expires, and end up having a very successful career. What I love about my work right now is helping people. Truly helping people. Not only home buyers and home sellers, but also colleagues and participation with the board, the networking events, just being around people and changing people's life is just such a beautiful, beautiful feeling. I believe the greatest challenge is fear. Getting a hold of your mind, is having a positive attitude, is having that strong mindset. I will give an advice for new agents or for people considering this career. That is one of the most rewarding career for your heart and your soul, as well as financially. There is steps that you have to take, and one of them is knowing why you're getting into the business. Because if you're getting into the business just for money, it's really the wrong reasons. Money will fall if you're doing the right things. Get a coach, go into an organization or a company that will support your goals. Make sure the company that you work with, mission and vision aligns with your mission and vision. So for that, you need to know your mission and vision. And remember that we only get by giving.
A career in property management can be very rewarding. A real estate license is usually required, but there are leasing specialists that are not required to be licensed.
I am Shakika Miller McIntyre, and I am a North Carolina licensed real estate broker as well as a property manager. I have been doing property management now for others for 19 years and for myself for about 21 years. I am both a property manager and a broker in charge at a boutique firm in the Charlotte, North Carolina area. However, I operate in 22 areas within the state of North Carolina and South Carolina. I decided to get into property management for 2 reasons. One, it was an opportunity for me to service my investor clients very early on. Secondly, it was an opportunity for me to create what I consider foundational income, meaning no matter what happens in this whole real estate roller coaster, I'm able to have a income that's sustainable in any market. And so those are my 2 reasons why property management were a perfect fit for me. I actually started in property management through my husband and I doing investing. We own property, and so of course I knew just enough to be dangerous. After I received my license, I was actually hired to be the broker in charge of my current firm, which we now own. The company's owners at the time, they really wanted to run the property management division, and I was supposed to be specifically over sales. However, as the years progressed, I began to really work more with investors, and so we became a one-stop shop for investor clients, and that's how I got started. I love property management for several reasons. One is because I believe that my love language is service, and so that's something that I do, and I believe that property management is a great opportunity to serve the investor clients that are looking to build generational wealth through buying and holding real estate. I also know that I'm able to actually service the needs of individuals looking for not only amazing housing opportunities, but also affordable housing. And so I get to blend those two passions together. And so I absolutely love the industry. I love the fact that I get to help people learn more about building their portfolios from the investor side, and then also coaching people like tenants, my customers, on how to be great tenants so that in the future they'll become great home buyers. And so blending all of that together has been something that I have totally enjoyed in the property management industry. My biggest challenge with property management is really dispelling the perception that many people have about property managers. Many people think that the only thing we do is collect rent, do evictions, and not handle maintenance. However, property managers do so much on a daily basis. Our job is to ensure that our clients who are investors, investments are protected, and most people don't understand what that encompasses. A lot of people just assume that we can make decisions immediately on anything, and that's not always the case. It's also my job to ensure that the landlords themselves that make a property safe, that make it inhabitable, and of course enjoyable for the tenants. And it's really a beautiful blend of doing both of those things that makes a perfect property manager. But unfortunately, everybody doesn't see it that way. And so that's probably my biggest challenge, is helping people understand what it is we actually do. My advice to individuals that are seeking to enter into property management would be to educate yourself. That's the most important thing. Understanding rules, regulations, and laws around the industry are very vital. It's also important that you have a holistic understanding of what a property manager does, because on a daily basis, we could be doing anything from obviously collecting rent and writing leases, marketing a property, to handling issues that go far beyond the norm, such as fires or water dangers, which most people know about. But there are some things that come up like kidnapping, which I've actually had on a property, and having to deal with pets. And recently I had the oddest situation between two neighbors, which I won't share on here, but those types of things you really want to know that are possible. The other thing is building a list of individuals that can be your support team, from vendors to colleagues, because it makes your job a lot easier when you have the right people in place that can actually support you in the role. So that would be my biggest advice to those individuals looking to actually start in the property management business.
Becoming a home inspector could be a very rewarding and lucrative career. You will require a home inspector license and should possess a driver's license, strong communication and time management skills. American Society of Home Inspectors and International Code Council certifications are recommended.
Hey, good morning. I'm Scott Dampier. I'm here today to take you on the adventure of a home inspector in the day of the business. So let's get started. Get our tool belt on. Get our tools out so we can go meet our clients. Come on, let's go. So I chose the home inspection industry over 16 years ago as a way to begin my own company, to have some flexibility in my work schedule, and to be able to work in the field instead of behind a desk, but also to help people make a more informed decision about the purchases that they're making. So, just like this, we would inspect gas meters, checking gas meters for leaks by our smell, also by a tool, making sure the gas isn't off. So I got started in the home inspection business by meeting a neighbor who owned a home inspection franchise. That allowed me to become trained by that local franchisee, work with them for a while, and then learn the business. Like looking at a mini split unit here. How to decipher the panel, know what I'm looking at with the electrical, with the refrigerant lines, how service outlets matter, and how the disconnects can end up impacting how this unit operates. What do I love about the work in this field? Well, most notably, it's the fact that I get to be outside. I get to work at a new project or a new location daily. I get to meet new people, and I get to help consumers understand the property that they're purchasing. As an aside, it definitely helps me keep in shape with all the walking I do, with all the climbing I get to do, with all the stooping, and with all the crawling under those crawl spaces. Well, the greatest challenge in our work is balancing the expectations of our clients and their realtors as related to the defects and the negative findings that we have in those homes. So what we want to do is let them know that all issues can be resolved. It's just about time, energy, and that's the hurdle that can be a large challenge for us. So what advice would I give someone entering this field? There's a number of things that people need to consider when doing this. Number one, becoming educated and knowledgeable in the field of electrical, plumbing, mechanical. It takes some time, so have a background in construction. And secondly, communications. You must be a people person. Finding and maintaining quality referral sources takes time. So fourth, enjoy the harsh weather days. The rain surely makes it easier to find the roof leaks and that water penetration in the crawl spaces that can't be found on those nice weather days. 5, it takes a long time to earn a reputation and a very short time to lose it. Ethics are important to me, and I try to instill those good values in those I come in contact with daily. My motto, professionalism with honesty and integrity.
Becoming a real estate instructor in North Carolina is a very exciting and rewarding career. There are several requirements to become an instructor, including a non-provisional active North Carolina real estate license and at least 60 semester hours of college credit. You should also have strong oral communication and presentation skills.
Hi, I'm Marvette Artis from Greensboro, North Carolina, and I am a real estate educator. My journey is a little unconventional. I started as a boutique and bridal owner for 20 years. Then I decided I wanted to go back to school and get my Master's of Arts in teaching business education. I was selected to teach abroad. I taught primary students English in Hong Kong. After teaching high school students business education and primary students English, I decided real estate was the better opportunity for me. I received my license, I became an active real estate agent, and the rest is history. I absolutely love real estate because it allows me and affords me the opportunity to teach individuals how to purchase and attain the American dream. And the greatest challenge of being a real estate instructor is impressing upon students the importance of timing and understanding those difficult topics. Designated agency, dual agency, understanding the importance of the forms that we use on a regular basis. What advice would I give? Be resilient, be patient, hone your skills, get designations and certifications that are going to enhance your knowledge.
Hello everyone, my name is Travis Everett and I am here today with Leslie Helton. We are both instructors in real estate here in North Carolina. We have been involved in real estate instruction for quite a lot of years, Leslie, long time.
It has been a very long time. I started in real estate in 2007 and you were my instructor, so I'm pretty sure you had already...
You're not supposed to tell them I was your instructor because that just means I'm really old.
Well, no, you started when you were very young. How about that?
I guess I'll take it. But all joking aside, the journey that Leslie and I have taken together, which is why we decided to make this video together, is an amazing one to both of us because she was my student and we have worked together since then. We ran a real estate office together. She was my office manager and assistant, and we built that office from the ground up to 125 residential agents. And then we decided to start a real estate school, and we've grown the real estate school. And Leslie looked at me teaching and she said, I want to do that. And you know, Leslie, that's really what we're here to talk about is I think a lot of students and a lot of people who are thinking about a real estate license really don't realize that real estate education is part of the real estate industry.
Yeah, people think that a real estate license is just for you to buy and sell and lease real estate. There's so much more than that. And that's what we're here for. We're here to tell you that just Having your real estate license doesn't just allow you to help buyers and sellers, or landlords and tenants. It also helps you change people's lives. In my very humble opinion, you can teach and live a lifelong dream of being an instructor. So there's a lot more than just selling real estate.
There is, and I think that people who are getting into this industry, it's hard for them to imagine that they might eventually end up teaching these things. But I think once you're in the industry, you find out that teaching is a very specific skill set. And those that are really great brokers in the field might not be suited for teaching, and those that are really suited for teaching might not be suited for being brokers in the field. And that's great because we need everybody in this industry. We need people from all different backgrounds. Your background and my background could not be more different. I'm an original native North Carolinian. You're not even from the United States. I don't speak anything other than really broken English, and you speak multiple languages because English is your second or third language. And I think that's all part of the magic that is this industry, because we bring so many different people together.
I think it's important for people to understand that just because English is not your first language, you can't do it. It is very much possible, and I think I am a good example of you can do what you set your mind to do.
I think that everybody in this industry has that opportunity. I've watched you blossom, and that's a gift to me. My greatest challenge is not actually getting my students to want to learn. They come ready to learn. My greatest challenge is showing them that this industry is so much more than selling houses, which is wonderful, by the way. But there's commercial real estate, there is property management, there is helping tenants find the perfect place to open that restaurant they've always dreamed of having. There's the educational side, there's the administrative side.
Yep.
And showing those students and those people who are thinking about this industry just the huge number of opportunities is our greatest challenge, but that also makes it our greatest reward, because once they realize just how much that real estate license offers them, they know it's going to change their life.
Well, it starts with one license, and that license opens the door to so many possibilities, and we love sharing that with our students, and we tell them every day that this is just the beginning. Getting your real estate license is just the beginning. If you get tired of selling homes, you can go a different direction. You can come join us in the education field. We are happy to have as many people involved in real estate as we can, because we truly, truly love this industry. We live, we breathe real estate. There is not a single day that goes by that I don't have a conversation with someone or talk about real estate.
This industry is such a gift to both of us, and I know we both feel that way. And the greatest thing about what we do in the industry is that we get to share that gift with other people, and we get to help them go out and be the person that helps all these consumers around the state do what they need to do to buy a home, to sell a family business, to lease land, whatever it is that they need to accomplish. And that's, to me, the beauty of being on the education side of the real estate industry.
So come join us. We'll be happy to have you.
To ensure that the thousands of real estate transactions in North Carolina every year are transferred legally and accurately, a real estate attorney is recommended. To become an attorney in North Carolina, a 4-year college degree plus a 3-year law degree will be required. Then you will need admittance to the bar. Other preferred skills include negotiation, time management, and strong attention to detail.
My name is Lauren Reeves. I'm an attorney here in Raleigh. I'm in the commercial real estate group. We do concept to closing type work. And so it's anybody that looks like a developer, anybody that looks like a buyer, investor, seller of real estate. It all has to do with the dirt and the ground. And we help them buy, sell, invest, divest in properties. I also work a lot in commercial leasing. My clients there look like large companies that are leasing property, whether they're leasing to tenants or whether they're leasing property themselves as tenants. So I do work on both the landlord and the tenant side. I don't go to court. I'm a transactional attorney. So I still have to fight sometimes, but mostly we're all kind of working to a common goal when we get to part of it. So I do work with opposing counsels, but I'm not negotiating things out in a courtroom. I actually decided to become a lawyer when I was studying business at NC State in their College of Management. Go back. And I had a really great business law professor who taught financial courses, and he was a lawyer as well. And he mentored me, and he encouraged me to become an attorney. While I was studying for the LSAT, I decided that if I was going to be an attorney, I might as well go work for one and see what it looked like. So I applied for some jobs, and I landed a great one here in Raleigh, and I worked all throughout college there. They taught me a lot. I got to go into the courtroom and have some experience. I got to run errands. I got to refill the copier. I got to draft documents, and I got to do research and write about it. And I learned there that the attorneys kind of had the life I wanted, and they enjoyed their work. You know, I love so much about what I do, but mostly I love that I am never bored. Every day is something different, and I don't know that a day has gone by where I haven't learned something. Attorneys tend to like school because we went to a lot of it, and so that's been a really fun aspect of my career.
Commercial real estate includes everything from office, industrial, and land to retail and development. A commercial real estate broker requires an active North Carolina real estate license or a limited non-resident commercial license. Some firms may require a bachelor's degree. Other preferred skills include drive and self-motivation and a certified commercial investment membership known as CCIM.
Hi, I'm Cindy Chandler. I'd like to share my story with you about being one of the first women in commercial real estate. I never thought I wanted to be in real estate. I thought I wanted to be in banking. And I saw an ad in the newspaper to manage apartments in Daytona Beach. Now, this is in January, and I'm thinking, I'm young, I'm unattached, I don't have a bunch of stuff, I'm living with my folks. Why not go to Daytona Beach? And that's how it all started. We started working in the multifamily business. I was a leasing agent. I leased units there. I got a commission on everything I leased, and I got my apartment. I went from there to a property in Raleigh, and I went to Wilmington, Columbia, South Carolina, and ended up in Charlotte. With my company in Charlotte, they were looking for a commercial property manager. And just part-time, I was already there, and they said, hey, would you like to try? And I said, yes, I would. So I learned all about commercial real estate. I learned about property management. I did that part-time. I did HR part-time. And finally, when the portfolio got big enough, I went into commercial management full-time. But we were still a small group, and I was doing things like handling the tenant finish work and making recommendations to the developers since I was the one who was managing it. And it went from there for me to really get my arms around the different components of commercial real estate. I did some office, I did some retail, and I then found an opportunity at another company, went there as a developer, and again did some retail, did some office, did some industrial, a little bit of everything. From there I went into medical office building, development and leasing, and that's where I learned how to do syndication. And that required a securities license, which I got. So that's how I got there. I wasn't looking for a career in real estate. I mean, back then, first of all, there are no women in commercial real estate. There was me and another gal. So what I learned to do is I just learned to do a good job. I learned to be there. I learned to be present. I learned to take advantage of every opportunity I could find. And I learned to get a really good mentor and advocate. And that was a person who would bring me into meetings when I would otherwise be left out. It's a great career. And you can specialize in just one thing, or if you're in a smaller market, be a generalist. So what would I recommend? Read, take classes. I have my CCIM certified commercial investment member. The classes are all over the world, lots in the United States. And yes, it's pricey, but a lot of CCIM chapters, North Carolina, for example, offer scholarships. I recommend you apply for a scholarship. If you're looking at another certification like SIOR or the Realtors Land Institute or CPM, that would be through the Institute of Real Estate Management, see what kind of scholarships they offer out there. And that can allow you to take some of these classes and eventually, when you build a portfolio, get a designation. And that gives you your own resource group. And it also gives you some credibility for people who don't know you yet. I wish you the very, very best on your real estate career.
Another career path in commercial real estate is project management. Although it may not require a license, depending on the specific work undertaken, a real estate license can increase your knowledge and provide a valuable credential. Minimum qualifications include 3 to 5 years of relevant work experience, and a certification in computer maintenance management systems or project management professional is preferred.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Miles, and I'm a Global Account Director for Global Occupier Services. You may wonder, what does that mean? That means that I get a chance to manage a team of people who provide services for corporate clients. One of the things that people sometimes wonder is, how did I get into real estate services? And I actually always say that this was not something that I had planned. I actually got a call from a headhunter one day. They were looking for someone who had both Six Sigma experience as well as procurement experience. And I was one of the few people who fit the bill. And that's where I started. But from there, I did facility management. And now I am leading a team of people who provide transaction management, facility management, which means that they manage facilities for a company and they manage facilities around the world. My team also provides construction services for a client, and we also manage all of their leases, which means that we make sure that their lease payments are made to landlords on a monthly basis. And we also make sure that they're aware of when their leases come up for renewal. They get renegotiated appropriately, or we end the leases if that is the desire of the client. One of the biggest challenges that I face in this role, especially today, is the desire of the client to reduce the portfolio while still determining how much real estate will be required as the employee base comes back to the office. And that is a very delicate balancing act. And what that requires is an understanding of the client's needs while understanding where the industry is going, and making sure that we make smart decisions because we don't want to waste any of our clients' money. One of the things that I do love about my job is the fact that it is a global role and I get a chance to manage a team of great people. I have a team of people who sit in Buenos Aires, Argentina, in China, in India, in the US, in Ireland, and Italy. And what makes that so much fun is you get a chance to learn so many different cultures, and you get a chance to add value for the client in so many different areas. And it also means that you have to solve problems in so many different ways. So today I had to think about, what do we do if the peso continues to be devalued? How do we manage that from a real estate perspective? So it makes it a challenge, but it also makes it fun. One of the things that I would tell someone from an advice perspective, if you are the type of person who really likes working with people and managing relationships, real estate may be a good place for you. You don't have to have a strong background in math or science to be successful in this industry. This is truly a relationship industry, whether you do brokerage work or project management or even my role. It is really critical to really enjoy working with people and be really good at it.
Hi, my name is Kim Kendall. I have been in commercial real estate for 20 years. I first got involved with commercial real estate in 2003. The opportunity landed in my lap by really meeting a former University of Georgia graduate. I had a client, they were calling on the same client for real estate, and I was helping this client with their employment needs. The broker realized what a great relationship I had with this company. He came to me about hiring me, knowing that I had a great relationship and I might be able to get the business. So I was able to get the contract with the company, the distribution center, and got the deal done. We did a renewal, a large renewal for a 500,000 square foot distribution center. So At the time, I was able to help the broker who hired me get the largest commission that he had ever received. And it got my foot in the door with commercial real estate. So I started as an industrial broker, and then I moved into being an office broker. I was a tenant rep broker, and I also did some agency work. What I focus on now is still tenant rep work, which I represent corporate users, as well as working for third-party developers and owners, handling their leasing for them. What I really enjoy about commercial real estate is it's a relationship business. It is so much fun to be able to do business with people you like. I really enjoy the part of building a relationship. You have to have the knowledge, of course, in commercial real estate, but you also need to have trust. And so building that trust with my clients has been very rewarding. And especially now, I focus on office, and it's a tough time right now with office leasing. A lot of companies have decided to send their employees to work from home. And so what's been important is the relationships that I've built over the years to be able to sustain still handling leasing with office users and being able to work with those people I've worked with in the past. One thing that I would say for anyone that's interested in getting into commercial real estate is first, you gotta be knowledgeable. You have to become an expert in commercial real estate. You can't dabble in it. And so one thing that would be helpful is to meet as many commercial real estate brokers as you can so that you get to know and understand what they do on a daily basis. And then also take some education classes on specifically commercial real estate, so you have an idea of what you're doing before you try to do it. It's been great. I would highly recommend anyone interested in getting into commercial real estate to do it. It's very rewarding.
Commercial real estate is a broad career option, so it is highly recommended to get certifications in your area of practice. These areas span from sales to investing to property management. Let's hear from a North Carolina broker who does all three.
I'm William Haygood. I'm a commercial real estate broker, also the managing partner of a commercial real estate firm here in Charlotte. As a lifelong entrepreneur, I started a tech company in my 20s. After about 15 years, I sold that firm. And being from Charlotte, I wanted to help to kind of build a better Charlotte, if you will. So decided to go into commercial real estate because before investing in real estate, I figured I needed to know how to sell it. And you have to work for other firms for 2 years prior to starting your own business. So I did that. In 2018, myself and a high school buddy started our current company to build a better Charlotte. The most satisfying part of this business to me is helping families and other entrepreneurs that don't have the exposure and aren't as sophisticated in real estate. So I feel like it's kind of our duty to help provide the education about commercial real estate as well as to help them to reach their real estate goals. Another aspect of commercial real estate that I really appreciate is property management. Not only for individual clients, but for corporate clients. In 2021, we acquired a property management firm. We learned property management through that acquisition and now do over 50 properties and well over 400 acres of property that we're managing as well. So property management just doesn't have to include buildings, but it includes land as well. Going out, surveying, using drones, making sure we keep up with the taxes, keep up with the debris, anything that's on a piece of land. The ability to do so has enabled us to increase our relationship with some local commercial clients that are actually nationwide. So it's taken us into a couple other states. Property management versus brokerage in commercial real estate is really essential to diversifying your revenues. The business is very cyclical, but property management is a constant. And so what I really appreciate is when there's peaks and valleys within brokerage and projects and development and those sorts of things, property management kind of smooths out your revenue stream. It also gives you a more holistic view of your client's assets. So we're able to help not only buy, sell, lease the property, but we can also manage that asset for long-term growth. The most interesting or most challenging part of my job is time management. First of all, I did not know when I started in this industry that I would find my passion. Let me tell you what happens when you mix your job with your passion. everything else goes to the side and you spend all your time delving into this new industry and into this work. There takes a lot to learn people's real estate goals, learn intricate parts about a property, and if you're running too fast, then you're not doing really well. So we're trying to make sure that we manage our time properly, and that continues to be a challenge. You know, the guidance I would offer for somebody jumping into commercial real estate or property management is to get started today. You're going to utilize those skills for a lifetime, not just to get past an exam. Don't overthink it, just start working.
Capital markets are quite different for commercial real estate when compared with residential financing. While the minimum qualifications are similar, the experience in commercial financing is very different than working with individual home buyers.
Hi, I'm Adrienne Bain, and I'm a commercial real estate professional, specifically in the real estate debt capital markets. And I've been in this industry now for 20 years, but how I got into it is actually very interesting. I started out as a more creative person and spent several years in marketing and advertising before going back to business school. And I actually went back to business school to get a degree in e-commerce, e-marketing, and then took my first finance class and fell in love and decided that I wanted to go the finance route. When I graduated from business school, I took a job with a bank that had a rotation program, and that program allowed me to go through various areas within the bank and then decide which area I wanted to focus on. At the same time I was doing that, I was also looking for my first house and really enjoyed the process of looking for real estate and enjoyed the process of financing real estate, and decided to go into real estate when I finished the rotation program. The two just kind of worked well together, and that's how I got into real estate finance. What I love about commercial real estate is that it's tangible. It's something that I can touch and feel. I've never been like the kind of person to want to sit behind a desk, so I always liked being able to go out and see the building that I had a part in financing. It's really gratifying to know that you improve the community, by bringing this building to life. That's probably what I'd say I love the most. This industry is not without its challenges. When I started in it 20 years ago, over 20 years ago at this point, it wasn't very diverse, and although it's come a long way, it's still not the most diverse industry. There are a number of organizations, I think, that are helping improve that, and I'm a member of many of them. And I also try and give back through mentoring, especially people who look like me who want to get into this industry. So I've spent a lot of time trying to help others overcome the challenges that I faced when I first started in this industry. But I love it, and so I would say that for anybody else who is looking to get into it, if it's something that they love doing, just kind of stick to it. Perseverance is really important in commercial real estate.
Real estate development is expanding at a continuous pace as our population in North Carolina is rapidly growing. One area of increasing focus is affordable housing.
Hello, I'm Dion Nelson. My work in real estate involves the development of property and property management of mixed income and affordable housing. I chose to do this work because I love working in our built environment and because I love impacting the lives of people who need housing that they can afford. I originally got started in real estate as a young adult. I obtained my license to sell real estate in South Carolina and in Georgia when I was a junior in college. I grew up in a family that had a residential brokerage business, so this was a natural professional opportunity for me. But I didn't really identify the opportunity to work as a developer until 15 years later. I used my skills and experience in business and in finance to learn the development business by working for a large diversified real estate company that also focused on affordable housing. The greatest challenge I face in this work is creating market rate quality housing that we can rent to our residents at prices that they can afford. The development of affordable and workforce housing requires subsidy, and there's never enough funding to support the subsidy needs of our community. The advice that I would give someone interested in working in this field would be to pursue educational opportunities that would give you an entry-level position in a commercial real estate company. Focus on developing strong analytical and project management skills because those will be the key to your success in this work.
Commercial appraising is a unique and exciting career requiring a 4-year degree and an appraisal license. Strong analytical skills and knowledge of materials, methods, and construction are preferred.
Hi, I'm Erica Butler. I am a commercial real estate appraiser here in North Carolina. I actually fell into my career kind of by accident. I have been in residential development for a really long time and then found a friend, and she was always sort of able to be wherever she wanted to be during the day and kind of had control over her own schedule. So I asked her what she did. And my background sort of lended itself to it. I understood things like land purchases and deeds and sort of the legality around real estate. She asked me if I wanted to be her trainee. So to be a commercial real estate appraiser in North Carolina, you have to start at first as a trainee. And that means you basically find someone to work under for between 2 and 3 years as an apprentice, and that person will then sign off on every report that you do so that you're not just sort of flying blind on your own. So I started as a trainee. One of my good friends is an MAI, and she agreed to take me on. And from that, you just sort of start taking more coursework and appraising more properties, and then you can kind of go through the system and end up where I am. What I love about being a commercial real estate appraiser is that every single day is different. Every day, something comes across my desk that maybe I've driven by since I was young, and I've always wondered what was in that building. And then the next day I get to go in it. And it's my job to figure out what it's worth. And that can come from a variety of different impacts on that piece of property. And I love solving that puzzle. The greatest challenge to my work is that North Carolina in general has a really active and interesting real estate market. People are moving here every day in droves still. And that means that property values can change rapidly. In a city like Raleigh or Charlotte, where there's a lot of redevelopment, that means that a street right here can be very different value-wise than a street 2 blocks down. And you have to understand those sort of little idiosyncrasies that contribute to value. One piece of advice that I would give to someone entering my field is to get involved really early with the North Carolina Appraisal Institute. This is a nonprofit group that just provides support and information for people in all stages of their appraisal careers. They also offer scholarships and education that help you to sort of get through that process. They have been instrumental in my career, and I love to introduce them to people that are new in my business. So some of the cool things that I've appraised are things like Rockingham Motor Speedway, and you think about a house that's sort of price per square foot, price per bedroom. A speedway is price per linear foot of track. So I had to learn a lot about racing. And as a North Carolina native, that is the job that made my dad the happiest that I was able to do. I'm also known as a brewery appraiser. I've done most of the major breweries here in North Carolina, including Foothills, Legion, Old Mac. Kind of being in a brewery state, it's been fun to be able to sort of add that to my portfolio.
We hope you found this video and the various pathways in the real estate industry both interesting and appealing. Whether it was residential sales or commercial property management or any of the other areas that caught your eye, we encourage you to take action to pursue a career in real estate. For more information, here are various resources that you can tap into. The Commission wishes you great success in your exciting future career.